So you've got a product you love, you might even have a business you love, but you're not going to get very far if you lose motivation right away. How can you use these principles we've just talked about to improve your motivation and keep going with this product? Christopher Lochhead, co-author of Play Bigger and Niche Down, said that every great idea is a horrible failure right before it becomes a massive success. This is something to remember when you're working on your product. What we talked about in the first video was creating a product that you love. A product that comes from your interests, is uniquely yours and you identify with, that is able to be connected to specific real people like you in the real world, and that you know is bringing value to the world and to those people. This sort of product is going to be something that is hugely motivating, that is a great idea, that is going to seem like a horrible failure, and you need to keep going to let it become a massive success. So the first thing you need to do is remember that your product is yours. So it's basically your duty to understand that you are the creator of this unique value that you're bringing to the world, and that you're the one who has to put it out there and make sure that it continues to be out there, because no one else is creating this in the same way you are. So remember that your product is yours and is something that no one else is going to put out there for you. Second, you want to remember that there's no wrong way to put your product on the market. If it's really uniquely yours, no one else is doing it, then that means that no one else has put out that same product. Because of that, there's no set method for how you're supposed to put it out there. You're basically making up the rules for yourself. And that means that when you run into hiccups, if a method isn't working for you the way it did for someone else, that's fine. They weren't making your product. Or if a method works for you that you didn't expect to work, run with it. Don't feel like you're not allowed to use unconventional methods. You're creating a new product that's bringing real value to the world, and so you're allowed to do whatever you want. Third, you want to remember who your product is for. In the first video, we talked about having a specific audience of people like you that you know are out there, because you're not the only one with your set of interests, even though you might identify with them differently than other people. There are still people out there who are going to understand your product and are going to identify with it similarly to how you do. And so you want to put your product out there for them, as much as you are putting it out there for yourself. You want to find them and let them know what your product is, so that they're able to benefit from it in the same way that you do. If this product is bringing them real value, then they want to know about it. And this brings us to the last point, that this is for the world. That may sound cheesy, but when you go through the process and understand what your product is doing for the bigger picture, we talked about in the second video that you want to connect your product to a big picture problem that you're able to solve in unique ways. And that means that you're going to have a very clear idea of the real value that your product is creating. If your product is creating real value, you have every reason to continue putting it out there. Even when it gets hard and you're not sure what to do next, there's always room to continue learning and to continue putting it out there for the good of the people that you're putting it out there for, and for the good of the world, for the value that your product brings. So remember, your product is yours. Because of this, no one else is going to put it out there. And also, there's no wrong way for you to put your product out there, because it's yours and no one else has done it before. It's new. Furthermore, you're putting out your product for a specific audience of people that you know it's going to be helping. And you know it's helping them because you know your product is valuable. And when it's bringing real value for the world, you just can't not have it out there. So go forth and make this product that you love and send it to the world. And never give up. Because, as you know, every great idea seems like a horrible failure right before it becomes a massive success. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to talk about your product. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.